Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. Welcome. I hope you all are doing well, and today's video is good. So let's get right into it. And thank you for all my subscribers. And if you are new here, thank you. And don't forget to hit on that subscribe button so that you will not miss out on our future videos. Thank you. And please, there no derogatory comments. Thank you. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
They would have saved the life of this patient. So you see people getting paid. You understand? They call it lawsuit. Getting paid big money for the mistake and error of the hospital. So Muhbad's case is typically one of those where now the court is trying to see if it falls under homicide. Most of the time, homicide is suspicious. And you people understand it. I'm just trying to legally explain things to you. And I bet you're wondering why I have to explain it, so that you will get what is happening. If you don't understand what I have just explained right now, maybe you should ask me again, and I will explain. And so the good thing is that our honorable speaker here is giving us the opportunity to be able to know this homicide case. Is anybody culpable? Was it just natural death or something worth jailing anybody for? Is it conspiracy that they conspired and there's this word we calculated buying? Is it any of them? Is it negligence? Is it this? Is it that? Do you know that even the doctor and not the nurse could be culpable? Ask me why. If you are not certified to medically administer drug or injection on anybody, you can't escape it. The intent is not there, but you can still be charged for murder. Yeah, how to prove murder is intention. You had the intent. But the fact that you know you are not certified, you are not a medical doctor. In your description of your job, you don't have the right to administer drug, to prescribe drug. Like if it's abroad, the nurse is in for shit. You will be charged for murder. Then hopefully, if your lawyer is a good lawyer, they will fight it and say they can't find intent there. Then it will be reduced. Then it will be maybe second-degree murder or provocation or diminished responsibility. It depends. So that is where we are. And that is what I want you all to understand, that the legal aspect of most cases is what we are doing and why we think there's hope. You understand? Except they tell us that all these things is not relevant in the court of law in Nigeria. All these discrepancies, they can't see it. Then we know that it's a country where justice, we can't get justice for more. If it's abroad, these are all the things they will use. Manslaughter, thank you. In fact, manslaughter is after murder. That goes manslaughter before provocation. Thank you so much. That's criminal law. If you have a good lawyer, the nurse can be charged to court for manslaughter. You're still going to be convicted, but it's better. The conviction is not as bad, as grievous as murder, first degree murder, blah, blah. Those ones, and most of the time, is capital punishment. And what is capital punishment? It is death by hanging, electrocution, blah, blah, blah. You understand? Sentence to death penalty. So please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yeye. All right. The court said, any other relevant questions? Witness, you may step down. Mr. T.E. Olanwale, sir. My lord, that would be all the witness we have for our honor. For your honor, we are grateful. Because state what is going on. What is keeping the pathology results, the autopsy report? What is keeping it? How long will it take? Mr. O.E. Akinde, sincerely, I cannot put a time to it. Postmortem examination will involve both the physical examination of the body and internal examination of the body. In the instance of this disease, because of the information we heard that there was injection or medication, there is a need to check the kind of medication the deceased was given and the reaction of that medication on his body. That informed on his body, that informed the need to extract what is in his body and have it examined scientifically, and the process is what we call.
Yeye, I don't understand that question. Why are you concerned about Kekran? Why would you say he's working for Wunmi Adebanjo? Why did you say that? Why he's not working for Wunmi Adebanjo? Yeye, you people should stop causing problem. Why do you say that? Because I love to answer. And stop saying is still work. Is Prince Kekran still with you, or is working for how? How do you mean? I don't want you people coming to type in a way that you'll be causing misunderstanding. Yeye Kudi TV, please, why can't you go and represent us? We justice for you are well on point. Oh, Davis, no, I do not have the jurisdiction, as in I studied my law abroad and I do not know the law in Nigeria. The law in Nigeria differs from the law in Ireland. However, we have some general points regarding every, area of law, like general one that is general, but each and every one have their constitution. And so the constitution in Nigeria is what they will follow. The son knows they will follow. I can use the constitution in Ireland to. It's not binding in Nigeria. So that's why when we listen to a case, we only will understand general, that legally this is what should happen. But the in-depth of the conviction or how it's decided, the judgment and everything, that is left to the jurisdiction, which is Nigeria. And that's not my jurisdiction. I'm in Ireland, if you make sense from what I've just said. So, yeah. King Jug, are you a lawyer? I can say I am not called to bar, but I studied law. I have LLB qualification, which I did with 4 years, and I have masters in international justice law, which I did 1 year. So I have 5 years qualification of law. So I'm called the law. Do you get what I mean? So if I want to go and defend in a court now, like as to be called a barrister, I need to then go and do call to bar. You understand? Which is in King's Inn here. But I do work in solicitor's firm as a legal advisor. Do you make sense? Do you understand? So I have a legal background and I have 5 years qualification of law, which is LLB and LLM. So I'm done with majorly what I need to know. Only that to go and defend in the court of law, I need to go to like what you call Nigeria Law School, which is King's Inn here. So no, but I do solicitor legal advice here, if you make sense from that. Okay, so go ahead. I hope I've answered you, King Jerk. Are you okay with that response? So I've done the major part, which is 5 years. So thank God for my life, Yeah. Okay, go ahead, please.
All right. So let me take this over again. Mr. O.E. Akinde, sincerely, I cannot put a time to it. Postmortem examination involved both the physical examination of the body and the internal examination of the body.
Tap. Sorry,
sorry. Can you hear me? Yeah?
Go ahead, please. Sorry, I want them to tap.
In the instance of this disease, because of the information we heard that there was injection or medication, there is a need to check the kind of medication the disease was given and the reaction of that medication on his body. That is from the need to extract what is in his body and have it examined scientifically.
Hey, no, sorry. Let me interject you there, please, with respect to you. Can you kind of bring up your voice? It's like you brought in bedroom voice now at this point. And you, please, just give us that voice you always give us so that people can listen and hear you clearly, please.
Which one is bedroom voice again?
Okay, má bínú. Ṣá bá wa gbóhùn sókè.
Mr. O.E. Akinde.
Okay.
Bossman, what happened to that your voice? I am Bossman.
Exactly.
How is that voice?
I told them gbé bedroom voice wọ́n fún wa ni mo ṣe bẹ̀ pé kó jọ. Ó lè lẹ́nu rò òun sìn, àwọn ò lè máa pariwo.
They are just using their father, their mother.
I have read 200 pages already.
I know.
Give me accolades now.
I know. Láti 319 ni Bossman wa jọ now. Gbóhùn sókè, ṣàánú wa. Ká lè gbọ́ dáadáa.
Am I audible enough now?
Yes, you are.
Mr. O.E. Akinde, sincerely, I cannot put a time to it. Postmortem examination involves both the physical examination of the body and the external examination of the body. In the instance of this disease, because of the information we heard that there was an injection or medication, there is a need to check the kind of medication the disease was given and the reaction of that medication on his body. That informed the need to extract what is in his body and have it examined scientifically. And the process is what we call toxicology test. Now, because of the nature of this case, we still took it upon itself, not just to carry out the toxicology test, but to have the toxicology test done in the U.S. Samples from the contents of his body has been flown to the U.S., and we are expecting a feedback from the lab.
Please, sorry, let's interject you there. Please, who said this now? Please, sorry.
That is Mr. O.E. Akinde. That is from page 320. Please, can you please take that down as well? Mr. O.E. Akinde needs to come and explain that.
Yeah, whose lawyer is that?
I guess it's from the government lawyer, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay. He said, please repeat that part. So you people see that it was mentioned in the inquest that they've taken his toxicology to America. Yeah, say it again.
So it was the court. It was actually the magistrate that asked that question. State what is going on. What is, after Adura stepped out of the box, then the court, the magistrate asked a question. I guess one of the representatives of the government says that, state what is going on. As the court talking. Tell what is going on. What is keeping the pathology result, the autopsy report? What is keeping it? How long will it take? And Mr. O.E. Akinde responded, sincerely, I cannot put a time to it. Postmortem examination involves both the physical examination of the body and the internal examination of the body. In the instance of this disease, because of the information we heard, that there was injection and medication, there is a need to check the kind of medication the disease was given and the reaction of that medication on his body. That informed the need to extract what is in the body and have it examined scientifically, and the process is what we call toxicology test. Now, because of the nature of this case, we still took it upon itself not just to carry out the toxicology test, but to have the toxicology test done in the U.S. Samples from the contents of his body has been flown to the U.S., and we are expecting a feedback from the lab. And that content was taken to to the lab that the content was taken to. And once the result is given to the pathologist, they will wrap up with what they have done, and the result will be before my lord. Interruption. I guess the court interrupted the man talking. Mr. Akinde that was talking.
Okay. Sorry. So can I interject here, please? Sorry, I will allow you to say. Did you people hear the state lawyers say that? You know, when we say state lawyers, these are people that state lawyers are prosecuting counsels in here, and I believe that same applies in Nigeria. You know, prosecuting counsels. So prosecuting counsel is that they work for the state, but because it is the government that is trying to do this investigation, or they are doing the investigation, that's why they have a representative, as in a prosecuting counsel. And the prosecuting counsel is this man, state. You know, the magistrate says state. You just need to understand that it is the prosecuting counsel. Now, can I say something to you? They work for the government. It is the government that pays them. It's not anybody. Individuals public don't pay them. It's the government that pays them. So he, of course, must have heard from the state that his specimen toxicology is being taken to America. So Benga Omotosho, the Commissioner of Information, didn't make a mistake. He actually heard that Muhbad's specimen was taken to America. Are you people now seeing that? And this is what do they call it? Inquest. Remember, it was done since November last year. Sheti Bonsi, that it was done since November, and this man, O.E. Akinde, mentioned that Muhbad's specimen was taken to America, you know, and so when the result comes back, it will be handed over to the pathologists. So the pathologist that came to read whatever he read, it is claimed that they didn't do anything. They are claiming now that it's America that, from what this man has said, definitely is what America wrote back and told them. The pathologist told them there. They wrote back and said, Muhbad's body decomposed. That's what they are claiming to us. America saw here. Are you people making sense for me? So, Omotosho didn't make a mistake. Definitely, that is what they want the public to know. This is what they want to tell the public. So this man is only affirming it as far as I'm concerned, because I'm thinking, who could have told him? And he said that's what they told him. Who could have told him? Definitely the state told him. The state told him, because the state representative, who is the prosecuting counsel, is saying it here, that his specimen have been taken for toxicology, has been taken. They are taking it to America to carry out extensive tests on it, so that we can know if based on the drugs injection that he was taking, they need to do this toxicology so that we can know what that injection cost in his body, in his system. In the end, continue, Honorable Speaker.
Thanks for addressing me well, Yeye.
You're very welcome.
So where are we?
Yeah, we are on the state lawyer.
Yeah.
After
so I guess somebody interrupted Mr. O.E. Akinde, and the court started talking. He's still addressing me. How long? We cannot go on for now until I get the report. Mr. O.E. Akinde responded, "My lord, I know that 2 weeks ago, and a member of the jury on Facebook, on the courtroom, and the members of the jury on the TikTok, I really want you guys to pay attention to the names I'm going to be calling out right now. I'm going to be reading out now the names, and in every word I'm going to be saying, please get your pen and get everything ready right now." So Mr. O.E. Akinde responded, My Lord, I know that 2 weeks ago, the head of Lagos State the head of Lagos State DNA Forensic Centers traveled abroad. That is Dr. Sumairu, Sumairu, Dr. Sumairu.
Wait, please. Center. Dr. who?
Sumairu.
Sumairu.
Yeah, Sumairu. Dr. Sumairu.
Mm-hmm.
So let me start over again. Mr. O.E. Akinde, my Lord, I know that 2 weeks ago, the head of Lagos State DNA Forensic Center traveled abroad. That is Dr. Sumairu. I do not have any contact with him. And the contact is with the pathologist here in Nigeria. And as of last week, Friday, I was with Professor Shoyemi, and he said he has not heard any feedback. I did not have any direct contact with the person over there, and I cannot authority speak on something I did not have information about. But I can have Professor Shoyemi before the Lord. That is the pathologist. So Professor Shoyemi is the pathologist. On the line, 320.
Wait, please.
Professor Shoyemi is the pathologist. Peg it down, members of the jury. Mr. David Fadele, respond. We can't have the professor without the result. I don't know the attitude of the court towards inviting this guy called Prime Bond, because it appears that back and forth, his name keep coming up, and it will be nature before we proceed to get the evidence of the pathologist, and the result to get information from this Prime Boy. Then the court responded. I think someone was sent out to some witnesses, and they are not before the court. Mr. David Fadele responded, he is in the custody of the police. The court said no. Mr. David Nowola said, I'm speaking now, I have it on account that some of them are deliberately ignoring the summons of the court. Now, let me peg right there. Let me pause right there. Okay. Now, Mr. David Nowola said that some of them are deliberately ignoring the summons of the court. We all know that at this time, Prime Boy and others are still in the custody. So why are they deliberately ignoring someone of the court when David Fadele has already said that they're already in the custody of the police? That means the police refuse to bring them to court as witness. As a suspect to testify. Let me start reading. The court reading now. I don't want us to turn this matter into a jabbering situation and base everything on what you hear online. Our vital witnesses have come before the court, and they have told the court what happened. And what they can say led to is that I think the court can rest on that, whether or not they are before the court. And if the report comes in and there are needs for further investigation, then we will proceed from there. Mr. David Nowola speaking now. As my Lord pleases, the court. Respond. That is the stage we are in now, so we can wrap up before the end of the year. OSA Amomolaron responded. In the international community outside Nigeria legal system, there are things that are permissible over there. When it comes to the adversarial nature of our system, some things which will work, like say the U.S., may become a technical issue in Nigeria. The issue of certification that becomes an issue, the school in the U.S. does not issue your certificate. To confirm the studentship of anybody, you apply for a transcript. I want to advise my learner friend that when they want to get documents, they should get documents that are admissible. before the Nigerian court. I was doing a matter in Osun State, and we got a DNA report from South Africa, and my lord, Justice Oludokun has beaten it. And because of the technicality of Nigerian legal system, we are before the Supreme Court in respect to that admissibility.
Yeah.
Just because somebody signed for the doctor that performed the test and did not
Hold on. Oh, bye-bye.
just because somebody
Hold on,
signed for the doctor, are you there? Are you
Yes,
there?
I'm here. I'm with you. Sorry.
Just because somebody signed for the doctor that performed the test and did not put awful 4 as in bracket, that is the reason why we are before Supreme Court. It says, now what this man is saying, that because the person, I want to take that again, saying that just because somebody signed for the doctor that performed the test and did not put open bracket 4 as in FOR close bracket, that is the reason why we are before Supreme Court. That means because of the mistake that the person did not sign a report and did not put 4, because of that, they turned the case around and they took the matter to Supreme Court.
Yes.
Fighting. Are you the one that signed it? Are you not the one that signed it? That's what is explaining here.
Yeah.
Because of that word.
So authenticity, matters, as in it depends on different countries. Some countries would admissible some things, while some don't do it that way. So you have to work according to jurisdiction. That was exactly what I was explaining to, I think, a man that asked me, David, that was saying that, oh, why can't I go and represent? And I said, no, I can't, because jurisdiction differs. What is admissible here may not be admissible in another country. And what can be handled in this country may not be handled in Nigeria. The way it goes is legally. What is binding here may not be binding in Nigeria. So I understand what the lawyer is saying there.
So the matter is in the Supreme Court because of that.
Okay.
I want my learned friends to cross all their T's. The court responded, this is not the first time they are doing this kind of thing, and I am sure that we have a toxicology department in Nigeria, and it is functional.
Who is this? Who is saying this now?
The court, magistrate. They're having discussion after, it's a chit chat after the address the part of the box. So the lawyers present at court, they were having conversation. They finally started the foundation about where the toxicology result and all that, and it was like back and forth. So the court said, this is the first time they are doing this kind of thing. I am sure that we have a toxicology department in Nigeria, and it is functional. And I think maybe because of the nature surrounding this Muhbad, the global thing has made them to take it out. And I know that they have functional toxicology lab in Nigeria. I did not know why they had to take it out. But I have sent someone, and they have replied the court that the person that sent out is yet to be back. We are all waiting and keeping our hands crossed that they should bring the report back very soon. Mr. David finally responded, my lord, the witness summon issue, while I agree that we should not turn it into a jamboree, I still renew my prayer with respect to Prime Boy that before we proceed to the evidence of the pathologies, it is necessary that a witness summoned by issue to Prime Boy. A witness summons should be issued to Prime Boy. That's what they should have said. The court said, one has been done. Mr. David finally responded, not to Prime Boy. Mr. David Woliola responded, my lord, we did not issue to Prime Boy. Mr. David finally, I'm speaking now, let witness summon be issued to Prime Boy. Then the court responded, why I am not really particular in this is that there is no argument that they did have a fight, that they had an argument.
That there is no argument that they did have a fight. So is the court saying that they don't think they had a fight? I don't get that part. Please come
I want
again.
to read that part again. The court speaking now. Why I am not really particular in this is that there is no argument that they did have a fight. That's okay. My goodness, this there was crazy. The court saying, why I am not really particular in this is that there is no argument that they did have a fight, that they had an argument. Mr. David Fadele, my lord.
Can I interject there, please? So what the court is saying, if I am correct, is that there is no argument that they did have a fight. So meaning that they didn't have a fight, that it was only an argument. That's what the court is saying here.
Yes. Mr. David Fadele, speaking now. My lord, I can assist the court and communicate and get across to him and ask him to come to court. The court responded, okay. Mr. David Nowola, speaking. Alongside my lord, we can summon the nurse. The court responded, we cannot do that. Mr. David Fadele responded, the pathologist will be in the best position to give evidence. The injection is suffered. We cannot summon the nurse, but for Prime Boy, I apply that witness summon be served to him. I will try to get him to give evidence. So
the sorry to interject. So the judge, the magistrate was actually reluctant to bring Prime Boy. He felt Prime Boy was irrelevant in this matter because there was no fight. It was only an argument. So he was so reluctant. I think it was because of the public insisting. You know, we were out here. They were putting pressure on the lawyer that, you know, they must bring Prime Boy. They must ask that Prime Boy come on to the inquest because of what we've heard.
You get it right. You get it right. You got it right.
Yeah.
That was the pressure from the public.
It was the public pressure. So the lawyer Fadile had to like insist that they bring Prime Boy. Okay. You do